Okay, so let's continue with types of architectural research. Let's continue with correlational research. Now, correlations is one of the most important or popular research methodologies in architecture, but especially in the social sciences. So when we say social sciences, it involves the sciences on psychology, others like humanities, anthropology. Yung mga yan, gumagamit sila ng correlations. No? Sometimes anything to do with behavioral settings or behavioral setups. Now in architecture, correlation is one of the most important things because sometimes we study phenomena. And also, we try to understand how variables influence each other. No? So, in correlational research class, we try to clarify things, their relationships, and establish predictive patterns. So, for instance, class, in predictive patterns, perhaps one of the things that you have experienced is your admission to the architecture department. Ano yung grade na kailangan para makapasa kayo sa CI? Entrance exam. Ilan? 80 o 80. Sometimes those metrics are the ones that determines a person's capability of staying in the program. And I think that is true because most of the students that pass that exam eventually graduate in the program. So predictions is not new, especially in things that are repeatedly occurring. So yung mga ulit-ulit na yung nangyayari, gumagawa tayo ng predictions about that. And we can determine that using correlational rules. What are the variables that affects a certain phenomenon? Huh? Now, correlational research is suitable when variables cannot be manipulated for practical or ethical reasons. Now, class, correlations, when you will investigate a certain phenomena, bahala na ang statistics dyan. No? You cannot manipulate it because that is the thing that was observed as well as that is what appears to the data being gathered. So you cannot manipulate it immediately, pero kung gusto nyo mang-doctor, which is unethical, you can do it. But of course, in correlational research, those things cannot be manipulated because it could affect the outcome of the data. Sa correlational research. Kahit 0.1 lang yung i-tweak mo yan, it is crucial to the outcome of the result because it could affect also the way you interpret the data and the way you will recommend to the stakeholders. No? But class, we need to establish this fact, itong katotohanan, that correlation does not mean causality or causation. Hindi dahil may correlation yan, yun na yung dahilan kung bakit nangyayari yung bagay na yun. So for example, sorry.
dito yung
Pangit talaga ng araw ng class. Sorry hindi maganda ang ano ko ngayon. Nangyayari. No? So, in correlational research class, when we say two variables are correlated, it does not mean that it is the cause or causality. So, variable 1 and variable A. Now, in correlations, the idea of correlations is that if we have a positive correlation, when data is going up in one of the variables, the other variable will also go up. Yan ang tinatawag na positive correlation. So the change of data, whether upward and also downward, basta pareho silang gumagalaw, ang tawag dyan, positive correlation. If it is moving on the same direction, whether upward or downward. Now, a negative correlation is that a variable goes down, but the other is going up. Opposite direction yung nangyayari. Ang tawag dyan, negative correlation. No? Pagka ang isa, itong positive correlation, kahit pataas yung data or pababa, it is still positive correlation. Kasi both of them moves on the same direction. But again, it does not mean that correlation is the reason why it is happening. It is just the relationship of two data points. Two variables. Clear? Okay, ano lang yun na introduction lang yun. Ganito ang sinasabi kong mahirap kasi magsalita kasi nagbabartagol ako tungkol dito eh. Yan ang ibig natin sabihin pag correlation does not mean causation. Hindi porke bumaba yung ibon doon sa tubo, tapos nagbaba yung tubo, siya yung dahilan kung bakit nag-bend yung tubo. Does that mean causation? Yan ang ibig natin sabihin. Ano pa ba ang isang variable dito? Yung isang bird dito, dahil ba horizontal siya dito, nakatayo. Tapos ito nandito. Ibig sabihin ba, causality na yan nangyayari. Bumaba dito nagtakbo ng ganyan, nag-bend. No, another example, even dissertations in PhD, nakikita namin na yan daw ang dahilan kung bakit nangyayari yung phenomena. That's wrong. No? It's wrong. Ikaw ito. So, okay na ganyan. May pusa dyan. May pusa o may taga. Nandito sa gitna. Does that mean that the mouse or the rat opened the door? It can be correlation, but not the causality. The cause. The real cause of the phenomenon. Because hirap kasi magsalita eh. Yaman na. So those things, that is the difference between correlation and causality or causation. Paano ba nangyayari? Ano bang application ng correlation at causality? Paano mo ma-differentiate sila? Now, correlation and causality can be differentiated when you will experience experimental research. Huh? Now, unlike experimental research, dito sa dulo, unlike experimental research, you manipulate your data. Na-try nyo na to eh. Na-try nyo na to eh. You know how you determine the proper way of sticking a styrofoam to a wooden surface. Na-try nyo na? No, yung idikit nyo. Idikit ang styrofoam sa wooden surface. Question, how can we know that? The proper way of placing a styrofoam or gluing a styrofoam to a wooden surface. Paano? Hindi, wala pa tayo doon effective eh. Paano mo malalaman ang proper na method para tumikit ang styrofoam sa wooden surface? Kukutur kayo eh, ha? Mag-miniature kayo eh, ano? Process naman yun. Kailangan mo daw takpan yun. Yung styrofoam, o process yung sinasabi ni ano, paano mo talaga malalaman kung anong proper na pagdikit between the styro and the wooden surface? Ano? Mag-test ka. No? Mag-test ka. Paano kayo mag-test ng glue? Ha? Iba-ibang samples. Iba-ibang brands. Oh. Yun ang tinatawag na experimentation. No? Experimentation yun because it involves manipulation of factors. Manipulation of factors. For example, styrofoam yan, kasi dikit mo na ganyan. Wala kang nilagay ng glue. Ay, hindi pala didikit ang styrofoam pag ganyan. Sa wood, pinanyan mo lang, nilapas mo lang. Ay, hindi pala pwede. No? Hindi naman magnet ng styrofoam na. Susunod, ginamitan mo ng, ano ba? Kanin. Trinayin mo. Kasi nagkalubot-lubot, naging ano, karoon ng ecosystem, gano'n. Pwede siya may evolution na nangyayari, meron ng civilization sa mushroom na. So, possible pero pangit yung outcome. Susunod, ano pa? Kulangot na po. Ha? Ang dami namang kulangot yun. 1 square meter. Yung sa Mighty Band. Ano ang effect ng Mighty Band sa styro? Ha? Nasusunog, nalulusaw, ganyan. Paste. Paste ba yun? Paste yun, di ba? Tapos double-sided. So, yung manipulated data, yung manipulated variables, in order to know what is the most important or what is the most effective, as well as economical material that could bind the surface of the styrofoam and the wooden surface. So that involves manipulation of data, unlike correlational research. Now, correlational research, you determine the variables and you will measure it based on the survey or the data that you will gather. No, hindi yung, alam na naman, lalagyan ko ng data yun. Manipulate ko yung data, hindi. External, intervention or answering to your questionnaire. Yun ang nangyayari sa correlational research. Na? Clear ba tayo dito? So I hope for you it is clear to you what is correlation and what is causality or causation. Ha? Ha? From the root word roots. Di porke laging dahil laging late si Mr. Estrada. Di porke laging late si Mr. Estrada, poor ang performance niya. Ganon ang correlation. Ang causation, makikita mo based on other variables. No? And how can you investigate? I hope clear to Okay. So what to do with correlational research? How to be successful in correlational research? First, focus on naturally occurring relationships. For example, what is naturally occurring relationship for an architecture student? What is really the factors that affects the performance of a student? For example, sa inyo, in your case, dahil mayayaman kayo, dahil mayayaman kayo, maganda performance nyo. It contributes to the performance of the student. Mayayaman, privilege, racist. Ewan ko lang. Wala, tinatry ko lang kung nakikinig kayo talaga. No? So, mayayaman, ano pa, attractive, best na photogenic malayogenic, ganun. Sana pa tayo? Basta doon, no? Naturally occurring relationships. When we say relationships class, those are things that influence each other. Hindi yung romantic relationship to, ha? So kung wala kayong ka-date doon, get over it. Ano? So, The second is measurement of specific variables of interest. Now, in a survey question, that is how you will determine the variables for a certain phenomena. So, for example, sino ito ng mga nagmumotor? Motor ka? Sino dito ng mga nagmumotor? Sige na. Ay, Emil, kumusta na ang ano mo? Paa mo? Hindi masakit ngayon yan? Masakit pag wala. Sa Robinson, pagka... Si Kim kawawa. Alala ko si Kim kanina. Tumutunog yung alarm ng Robinson pagka pumapasok sa Robinson. Diba, Emil? Yung stainless nyo, tumutunog yung alarm ng Robinson pag pumapasok. Ha? Nga, tumutunog no? Oo, bigyan mo. Anyway, bakit kasi may mga detour tayo? Wala na ba? Now, let's say you want to understand the mortality of motorcycle accidents. Ano yung mga factor na palilitawin natin dyan? Now, for example, we have a research problem investigating the mortality of motorcycle accidents. So, si Emil, di ba Emil na accident ka nun? Ano yung reason kaya na-accident ka? So, obstructions. Illegal obstructions. O reckless driving. Ano pa? Driving under influence. Ano pa? Under maintenance. May away. Now class, in correlational research, when we talk about measurement of specific variables of interest, you begin by doing those things. The factoring, the factoring by using survey questions. Actually, the survey questions are the variables themselves. The way you ask the question is that you want to investigate the nature of the variable influencing the construct, influencing the idea. This one. You want to understand those things. So, you need to do, or you need to create so many questions, survey questions. Minsan maabot pa ng 50 na questions yan. Survey questions. And then, by testing them, isa-isahin nyo, pwede nyo i-delete yung mga unnecessary questions. No? For example, sa mortality ng motorcycle accidents na yan, ano dito sa questions na dito ang hindi na kailangan natin. Hindi na natin kailangan. Parang importante lahat, no? So those things. Now, later on, you will use statistics. You will use statistics to clarify the patterns. Ano yung interrelationships? No? Mamaya ipapakita ko sa inyo kung paano gumawa ng correlations. And then you try to explore relationships among variables without manipulation. Manipulation, I mean manipulation of data inside the variable. Ang gagamitin natin dito is structural equation modeling. No, SEM. So, sana makasabay kayo. Kaya naman yan, no? Kaya yan. Tiwala lang. And then, after you identified it using structural equation modeling, you establish the predictive relationship. Ibig sabihin, lalabas yung numbers na dyan after you use the SEM, the structural equation model. Ang itsura ng structural equation model, class, ganito. Ganyan. Ganyan ang itsura niya. Na-experience nyo na yan sa, statistics nyo? Ano, Criselio? Na-experience mo yan sa stat mo? That is actually stat. Ang gamit ko dyan, SPSS din. Pero Amos ang software. Amos. Alamay, ma'am. Pero kung i-explain ko mamaya yan, ha? Siyempre, alangan ng biglaan na ganyan. Galing nyo naman kung magawa niya. Result to. May numbers, kita mo. Oo, alam ko. And then finally, you studied yung multiple variables in various instance to understand our situation broadly. Now, after you did it, you simulated it using SPSS, you found the interrelationships, then you can say in a recommendation in the future. So itong correlational research class, model yan sa statistics na it seems na totoo. No, totoong mangyayari. And most of the time, it is really appearing based on data. No? Ano, clear yan sa inyo? Hindi pa clear yan kasi words lang yan. Words lang yan eh. Pero kung ipapaano natin, gagawan natin ng diagram, baka mas maintindihan nyo. No? So this is an example of an article by Ye, Chen, Bai, and Yue. It is about commuting attitudes. No? Commuting attitudes. So ang unang ginawa nila, syempre nag-RRL muna sila, nag-check sila ng mga factors like sensitivity to time, need for flexibility, desire for comfort, desire for less energy cost, and willingness to transfer. So those things, those variables were determined by the researchers. And they created survey questions or survey design based on that. And after that, they did factor analysis. Madali lang yan kung may software ka. Mag-factor analysis ka, and then socioeconomic factors, and then they use STEM modeling, structural equation modeling. Now, paano natin Paano natin maipakita ang structural equation modeling? Ganito ang itsura niya yan, class, ang SEM. Alam mo, putok na mamaya yung utak nyo kung... O, ito ang example niya. Sa kabilang klase, tatlong ulit ko na in-explain ito eh. Ito ang example ng structural equation model. Now, there are variables that are not observed. So, these ellipses, these are what we call constructs. When you say construct, gawa nyo lang ang idea. This is a construct. So this is the survey, the things that the survey is under. Now, for example, kung balikan natin ito, itong mga to, attitudinal factors, these are actually constructs because they determine it and they want to understand how the information or the data would show the people's perception or attitude towards sensitivity to time in computing. Sundan niya. This is a construct. They determine it for them to understand the sensitivity to time based on the data that they will receive to understand the entire study, yung commuting attitude of the people. Clear? Teka lang ha. I will be gentle with you dito. So ito, sensitivity to time. Ito yung research question. Clear? Ito yung sensitivity to time. Ito yung research question. Purutin ko yan, hindi nakata. Ano? Medyo clear na sa inyo. Ayan, mas naiintindihan pa yung drawing eh. Ito. Ito yung construct. Ito yung factor or what you will do as the survey question. Para direct to the point. Ayoko kasi paligoy-ligoy ako. Diretsuhin ko na kayo na ito yung survey questions niya actually. So for example, gano'ng kaganda itong building si building. Ito na, beauty. And then, what are the elements of beauty? Color, shape, and proportion. Ito yung i-determine nyo na variables. Gets nyo? Ang E1 na to, napapalo nyo dyan sa likod, Darcy, no? Sigurado kayo ang tawag natin dito, ang tawag natin dito, latent variable. Latent variable. Ito yung observed na variable. Na-observe ko kasi iba yung sumasagot. Clear? Kasi nagsusurvey ka nga kaya siya observed variable. Kaya nga, observable. May tanong? Latent variable. Latent variable. Ito, apektuhan niya to. Clear?
Sir, kahit ikaw yung nag-set nung parang way na magpapost ng mga questions, yung questions sa pa rin yung mag-determine ng
kasi ito yung gawa-gawa mo. Gusto mo na i-investigate ito. Ito, yung hypothesis mo ito yung hypothesis mo. Ito, i-affect ito. Kasi ito yung hindi mo pa na-observe. Pero ito, observable.
Sir, gusto mo start dun sa E1?
Hindi, ang E1 is error term. Error term because in a survey, there are margins of error. Tawag dito, error term. Ano? Kaya niyo ba? Kaya niyo. Malino kayo. I trust that you are yes! And then pa? Pwede siyang bakuhin basta nasa survey question siya. Basta hindi niyo pa pinupload. Hindi niyo pa nilabas sa public.
Sir, so yung mga affordable 1.2 naman yung pwede naman galing sa RMC?
Yes! Precisely. It could be from RRLs ito. No? Ang tawag natin doon sometimes is replication research. Ano, kaya pa?
Yes, sir.
Ulitin pa, o from the top, ulitin ko. Ito class, itong ellipse na to, ang tawag natin dito, the constructs. The constructs. This is your invention. In-invento nyo na idea. Kasi gusto nyo i-observe siya. No? The second level is the latent variable. These variables are observed through surveys. Itong level na to, this is called the error curve. Gusto nyo i-observe itong factor 1 na to through the surveys. Gets nyo? For example, gusto nyo malaman kung bakit maraming namamatay sa disgrasya. Variable 1 is DUI, o drunk under influence. Yung isa, obstructions, illegal obstructions. Yung pangatlo, anong pangatlo kanina? Maintenance. DUI, ano na ulit? Illegal obstructions and maintenance. Tatlo yun. Doon sa tatlong yun, ano ang pinakamabigat ang effect dito? Ano ang pinakamabigat ang effect dito? Doon na tayo, doon nilitaw yung correlation factors. Number? Dito, sa gitna. Okay? And sometimes a factor can influence another factor. And if both factors influence each other, we call that correlation. Clear tayo dito ha? Ano, kailangan ulitin ko? Okay na daw. Very good. Ano? Okay na tayo dito. Parang yung mga meme na biglang ganito dapat na matapos, no? Expectation ba? Nag-explain pa yung teacher mo tapos lumingon, nahulog lang yung ballpen mo pag-king mo sa ganyan na kagad. Now, this is an example. No? Ayoko kong takutin kayo, but this is an example. Remember, apat na yung author nito. Apat ang author nito. So this is how they hypothesize the interrelationships. No? Ano, clear pa sa inyo? Commuting attitude. Wala. Papasok siya doon sa variable na yung question mo yung dito. Dito. Yung drawing ko kanina. Yung error term given yan sa bawat survey. That is given because in every survey there is a margin of error. Yung error term. Okay lang kayo. Given yan sa statistics. Gusto nyo na example. You pay attention to this example ha. May uulitin ko pa tong lecture. Pupurutin ko yun ha. Pagod na ako. Pagod na ako ha.